What up, guys? Long time no talk. Haven't been on this channel in a while, but I thought I would come back with a little top 10 gems of Netflix. It was kind of requested. Somebody said like your favorite movies from Netflix, but I thought I would put a spin on it and do the hidden gems because there are a lot of popular movies on Netflix that I love that you've probably already heard of, like Cabin in the Woods, The Possession, VHS, etc. You know, those kind of movies, they're already on there. I'm assuming you guys have seen those really popular ones or the ones that have come out in theaters recently, so I thought I'd pick some maybe you haven't heard of. But I do have a lot of reviews up already for the movies I'm going to talk about today. With that being said, if I talk about a movie today and you want me to do a full-on review for it, please let me know because I'm going to be touching briefly on each of these movies, not a lot of plot or much given. Now, given that these are my top 10 hidden gems, I have not seen all of the horror movies on Netflix. That's nearly impossible. There are hundreds and hundreds, a lot of bad ones, but these are ones that I've loved so far that are less popular. But I'm sure that a lot of you have already heard of these ones, but hopefully there's a few in this list that maybe you haven't heard of or haven't seen yet, and ones that I would recommend that hopefully you guys check out. So let's get started. First up, it's Exam. Now this is one that I talked about recently, excuse me. I talked about this movie recently, I did a review for it, and I will, like I said, have all the reviews that I've done for these movies listed down below. But this is one that I really enjoyed. It's more of a psychological thriller. It's not as much horror to me. It's not very scary, but it's very thrilling and very enticing and intense. I don't know. Really well acted. I love the storyline and the simplicity of it, so I would definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't. Next one is American Mary, and this is one that I have been requested so much to do a full review on, so I will be doing that, I promise. I have like 10 movies that I've seen lately on Netflix that I haven't reviewed for you, and they're on the list. This is one of them. So American Mary is really good. It's about a girl who gets into body modification, and it's really disturbing. There are some things in it that are like, whoa, like really scary. The plot is really good. The ending was okay, but anyway, it's not a review. Ultimately though, I did really like this one, and it's very intense. A lot of these are really intense. Can you tell I'm using that word a lot? I would really recommend checking it out. It has the same girl who was in Ginger Snaps. Forgot what it was for a second. I haven't done this in a while. Sorry, guys. The third movie I'm going to mention is Grave Encounters, and this is one of my favorites of all time on Netflix. Always will be. With that being said, Grave Encounters 2, also really good. Check those out. I really prefer the first one, but the second one, I think the scares were more scary. I've reviewed this so long ago. It's been out for a really long time. I'm sure it's one of the popular ones. Wow. Speaking of popular, most of you have probably already seen it, but if you haven't, you don't know what you're missing out on. Now, it's one of those guilty pleasure films because are all aspects of it great? No, but a lot of them are, and I don't know, it's just, I love this movie and I could watch it over and over again. Fourth one is also one that was on my list to do a review, but let me know if you want a full-on review for it, but it's called The Bay, and this is one that I was pleasantly surprised by because reading the description didn't seem all that scary to me, but I love the graphic of the cover. I judged a book by its cover. It looked really good, and it was. I was really happy with it. It's about this like parasitic outbreak in the bay, and people are like swimming in the water, drinking the water, and it has a lot of plot to it, but it's really good. It's pretty disturbing, and I really liked this movie a lot, and it was a simple movie. It's one of those where it doesn't take a lot of thought process. It's not super intense like American Mary, for instance, but it's nice to just chill and watch this kind of movie by yourself. Maybe I watch all these by myself, but you know, with friends maybe. Next up is Pontypool, and this one I also reviewed a really long time ago, but this to me is one of the Netflix classics, and it's actually one of the movies that made my boyfriend attracted to me, which is really weird, but Red State, Pontypool, Dread, and Old Boy are the 4 movies I'd like to credit my relationship to because those are the movies that we both were like, wow, you've seen those, that's amazing, and we both love those movies. Anyway, Pontypool is really good. It's a spin on a zombie movie, and it's totally unexpected. I'm not going to give anything away if you haven't seen it yet, but the cause of the, like, spreading of it is amazing, and it's just so good. I love this. It has a slow start, I'm not gonna lie. It takes a while to build up, but just get past the first half of the movie. Second half, amazing. Next one is Truth or Die. Again, I have a review of this already up, and this is one that was fun horror to me. I mean, it had disturbing moments, definitely, but basically it's these teens that are in this like party situation and they get into some trouble and they have to play this game of truth or die, I guess you would say, but they have to basically do things to each other in order to live themselves. And it's pretty messed up, but pretty well acted as well. I really liked it. Very suspenseful. And very good. Next up is the most disturbing one on this list. It is the Snowtown murders. This is one of those movies I can only watch one time in my life, and that's plenty for me. But I really had to mention it because I know it's pretty popular, but I don't know to what extent it really is. I think it's an Australian movie, right? In a while I did review it, but this is one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen, and it just is one of the most realistic movies I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure it's based on a true story, and it is very, very sad and just really horrific in a realistic sense. It's no ghosts or, you know, demons or anything like that, but it's just a messed up movie, and it really, really got to me. So if you want one of those kind of movies that are really emotional, really intense, Snowtown Murders. Next one's kind of popular, and I had to throw it in because it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I don't know how popular it really is, but it's Stephen King's Thinner. Just, oh my gosh, it's such an amazing movie. I'm pretty sure it's made back in the 80s or early 90s. It's an older movie, but oh my gosh, it is just like flawless. I love it. Basically, this guy gets a curse from a gypsy, and he keeps losing weight and losing weight and losing weight until he's like a skeleton, and it's so creepy, and it's really interesting, and his friends got like cursed too, and they all turn into different things like a reptile, and it's just weird. It's a weird, definitely a Stephen King movie for sure, but it's definitely a good one to check out if you haven't. Ninth one is The Caller. Again, kind of popular, I'm sorry, but kind of well known, I'd say, but I really like this. I've seen it twice now. One of the most original I've seen. I really enjoyed this movie. Acting spectacular, and just the plot is just what gets to me. It's so cool. I'm not going to spoil anything, but just watch it. And the last one is the most recent review out of this list, I believe. It is Devil's Pass. Actually, I might have reviewed Exam after that. Anyway, Devil's Pass I put on this list because I said in my review that it's a hidden gem, and I think it is, but it's definitely not one of the best on this list. This list was out of order, by the way. They were in no particular order, but Devil's Pass is definitely a good recommendation if you want just kind of like a campy, it's almost campy but not on purpose, because it's like a recent movie and they do really try, but I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It's based on a true story, and I thought it was a really cool movie. It's very interesting, graphics not the best when you get to that point, but I like the teen kind of camping type movies. It's one of my guilty pleasures, so I really enjoyed this movie. If you're into that, I would check it out too. So, like I said though, a full review down below. Those are my top 10 hidden gems of Netflix that maybe you wouldn't think twice to really watch, you know, if you hadn't heard about it yet. But definitely all of these I would recommend if you haven't seen any of them on Netflix yet and you need some stuff to watch. Put these in your instant queue because you won't regret it. I mean, you might. We all have different opinions. Maybe you don't like these movies. I don't know. Make sure to leave your favorite movies on Netflix, whether they're popular or hidden gems or whatever you want to consider them. Make sure to leave them down below in the comments for all of us to read and get recommendations from. I need some more recommendations because I'm running out of like really good ones. They all seem to be kind of lame nowadays, so, because I've seen all of them basically. All the good ones anyway, but I'm sure there are some more hidden gems out there, so please leave Netflix recommendations to me and everybody else down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys hopefully soon. Bye.